A lot of people believe that having a talent for something is a natural gift that someone is born with. I mean, let's look at David Bowie, for example. The guy was born with a natural ability, a gift of originality and creative genius. When I took up playing music and I started playing the guitar, I learned the way most people do. I was inspired to pick up the guitar from the music I was listening to, so I started by learning some chords and learning some songs. As I was learning to play, I started to become really inspired by friends of mine that played guitar and wrote songs. I loved the idea that these people that I knew were creating these awesome things, these pieces of music that I thought were great. I would watch them and I'd remember specific things, like I'd remember where someone's fingers were when they played a chord that I liked, and then I'd make something of my own based on what they played. As I started to learn more and I started to get better on the guitar, I started to understand how they were creating what they were making. So I started making stuff that, to be honest, sounded just like their stuff, and essentially it sounded like I was just copying them. And I didn't like it. There's a really great book by a guy called Austin Kleon called Steal Like an Artist. And in this book he says, imitation is about copying. Emulation is when imitation goes one step further, breaking through into your own thing. I was inspired by this music that my friends were making, and I was being influenced by it. And I also realised that they were listening to music that they were inspired by, and they were being influenced by that. And these people were being influenced by the music that they were inspired by. And I realised it's a continuous cycle that was happening. David Bowie was once asked if he studied art. And he said, the only art I'll ever study is stuff that I can steal from. The way I like to think of this now is, we take our inspiration, we learn through imitation, we figure out how to use it through emulation, and then we can freely use it to make our own creations. The original thing in this creative process is you. Good artists borrow and great artists steal. Now, when Picasso said this, I don't necessarily think he meant that you should plagiarise. I just think he means that you steal the things from the influences you have that you know you can use to create the things that you want to make. At the end of the day, the definition of creativity is making stuff. It's that simple. So make stuff and have fun. It makes you feel good. This is how to be creative. Be part of the cycle. Don't try and break the cycle.